There we go. We heard that whistle. You know what that means? It's the final whistle, Week Zero edition for the 2025 season, all right here on Sports Talk with Austin and Jackson Johnson. As we go over our takeaways from Week Zero of the 2025 college football season. And I got to say, I'm glad that it's back. We got a little bit of an appetizer before the main course is coming next week. But I'll tell you right now, you're going to be in for a wild ride. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, Jackson. I'm excited. I mean, I do not love this sport. I mean, Kansas State, Iowa State, Hawaii upsetting Stanford. I mean, UNLV almost lost to the FCS school. I mean, Jackson, how can you not love college football at the end of the day? How can you not love this sport? It delivers every single week. It doesn't matter if it's week 0, week 1, week 2, or week 15. It does not matter. It always delivers. So I'm excited to talk about these games, Jackson. I'm doing pretty good, and I'm glad college football is back in our life because we need it. We need college football more than we need the air that we breathe. But with that being said, though, Jackson, would you like to talk about week 0?
Absolutely.
And
But let's hear
Jackson,
what the
let's
chat's
go.
saying. Let's hear what the chat's saying first. We've
Go
got
for it.
Dave Valinsky in the house, asking how we're doing. Doing fantastic. Kane the Diesel Freak saying, let the party begin. Lucas Hill giving a shout out to the Nicholas Colonels. And Dave says Hawaii upsetting Stanford's not exactly much of an upset.
We'll get to that, Dave. We'll get to that. But Jackson, let's go across the pond. Let's go to Ireland, shall we? And then let's get a few Guinness while we talk about this game. Iowa State, Kansas State, and what was the most anticipated matchup of week 0, Jackson. And boy, oh boy, Jackson, this was not the prettiest of games. The first half was ugly. I
Huh.
like here's the thing, Jackson. I know week 0, a lot of teams, the first couple drives, you kind of have to get the jitterbug out, kind of, get back in rhythm. But the first half of this game, Jackson, was absolutely ugly. But the second half, both these teams showed why they could represent the Big 12. But what I want to touch on is Iowa State, Jackson. They had a lot of doubters. And I know it's only week 0. We got a lot of year left. But Iowa State proved a lot of us wrong Saturday afternoon. Carson Hansen, running back, Rocco Bend. Iowa State, Jackson might be better off than we think they are. But what was your takeaways from this game?
Well, I will say the winner is looking really good in the battle for the Big 12. I mean, Kansas State's still in it, obviously. I mean, it's like it's week 0, not week 10. Like, good grief. So it's
Mhm.
like, although Avery Johnson's father and brother were acting like the apocalypse was coming, that's why you saw them fighting one another. So it's like,
Mhm.
it's like, good grief. Although they
Mhm.
apologized, although it's
Mhm.
they got a lot of making up to. But no worries, gentlemen. You know, everybody's mad at you for a few days or so, but then they kind of get over it. So that's how it works. I don't think you're gonna hear everybody talking about y'all 3 weeks from now. So no worries there. If you're acting
Mhm.
good, you're good. But
Mhm.
in all
And what I
seriousness, though,
would,
I
mhm.
kept hearing the 4th-and-1 call was a bad move by Chris Kleiman, going as so far as to compare it to Scott Frost from the 2022
Oh,
Nebraska Northwestern game, where they were going for an onside kick with double-digit lead. I wouldn't compare it to that really, because I mean, you could say that the
mhm.
4th-and-3 call to going for it on 4th down by Iowa State was a bad call at that time. If they didn't get it. So it's like for me, I think the 4th-and-1 call was pretty good by Kansas State. I don't blame them for doing what they got to do.
Mhm. And here's the thing, too, Jackson. The problem with that is here's the problem. It was because it was on their own 30. That was the issue. And I understand why people are criticizing it. You punt the ball and you play defense. But I get why some coaches may do that, especially with today's analytics. That's the thing, Jackson. The analytics in today's game are absolutely nuts. And it's just like, and that ultimately, Jackson, I think, is what cost them this game. And Jackson, another key point that we need to bring up: Dylan Edwards is injured for Kansas State, and we don't know the significant amount of time he could be out. Um, and here's the thing, Jackson, he's one of the most important pieces. You want to talk about Kansas State not being out of it, Jackson? They may not be out of it, but they may be severely hurt if Dylan Edwards is not on the field. I'm not saying that's as close to a season-ending blow, but if he's not healthy and able to play for an extended period amount of time, Jackson, that might just ruin Kansas State's chances. So that's something to keep an eye on going forward. Now, and then also the next guys to step up. We're going to find out a lot about Kansas State. We're going to find out a lot about their team in the coming weeks. And for Iowa State, I mean, Jackson, what a call by Matt Campbell. After Kansas State, quick strike, made it 24-21. Rocco Beck and Matt Campbell dialing it up with the fake play action and the tight end wide open down the right seam. Jackson, you got to have a lot of confidence in your quarterback to make that throw. And here's the thing, Jackson. Rocco Beck yesterday did not play his best game, but dude was clutch when it counted, Jackson. Did we underestimate Rocco Beck, Jackson? That's what I want to know. Did we underestimate that guy?
Never underestimate anybody in the world of college football. It's a bad move.
And 1-2 says, I blame Ireland. Don't blame Ireland. Don't do that. They were just happy to have a football game. And Hummus says, hello, Jackson.
I can see where 1-2 is going with it. Like, the field conditions were not the world's best. So it's like I can see why you're kind of like, I blame Ireland.
Mm-hmm. And I get it too. It's kind of like when they play like Jackson. Like a lot of people don't want to play in baseball stadiums anymore. Like not to go too down a rabbit hole, but they're trying to get rid of the Yankee Stadium and the Fenway Park bowls where they play in those because of field conditions. Now I know Jackson, you might be sobbing like a baby if they ever do take it away because you like those games, but players, a lot of players think it's dangerous and like a lot of people do for Ireland as well. I've heard some of the judges or committees say they want to get rid of the Ireland game or make it a better term. And here's the thing. You also got to think too, Jackson, their weather is completely different than over here in the States. Like when it's nice and sunshiny over there, it's raining and pouring. It's just, and like Hummus says here, that is a nice stadium over there, though. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful stadium. Jackson, did you see the Ireland Stadium? Like when they did the full camera shot?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful. And 1-2 says there were so many fumbles and turnovers. It was a sloppy game, inconsistent field conditions throughout. Yeah, that was one of the biggest key takeaways. There was a missed field goal. There was 4 fumbles, goal line stands. So here's my thing, and I'm going to steal Jackson's phrase on this one. Like, let's give credit where credit's due to Matt Campbell and Iowa State, but let's not overreact either. This is week 0, and it was played on there was a lot of rust to dig off. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't take this game into account or anything. I'm just saying let's look at it as a great victory for Iowa State, but we have to look at it in full term. It's week 0. And if Kansas State gets better as the season goes on and they happen to play in December, we could be looking at a whole nother game, though. But I will say this though, Jackson. What about Matt Campbell and the terrific job he's done at Iowa State, Jackson? You know,
Oh yeah, 100 wins in his career at Iowa State.
hmm and you remember Jackson when they wanted him fired after the COVID season. You remember that, Jackson? And you were a big
Well,
Matt Campbell
that
advocate.
wasn't after the COVID year. I think there are people saying they wasn't as good after 2022. And in
hmm
2023, people weren't too happy with them after they lost to Ohio at that time.
hmm And here's the thing, too, Jackson. It's crazy to think, Jackson, but Matt Campbell Jackson has taken Iowa State to two Big 12 title games. And
Oh,
for
my
all those
mistake.
fans that,
My mistake. Matt
hmm
Campbell has his 100th win in his career. He's got 65
hmm
wins at Iowa State. Sorry
hmm
about that.
hmm it happens. But that's what I find so incredible, Jackson, is that Matt Campbell, and I don't know if you heard it on commentary, Jackson, he turned down NFL jobs to stay at Iowa State. What do you think about that, Jackson? That there was NFL teams calling for his services. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. He turned him down. He's like, nope, I'm happy right where I'm at Ames, Iowa. What's up, Trojan
hmm
Fight? How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, Trojan? But as for this game, though, no Jackson and Matt Campbell, you know, Jackson, Iowa State. Do you think, Jackson, this victory here, do you think this propels momentum forward? And what I mean by that is, could Iowa State, could they run the table and maybe win the Big 12? Is this a statement win?
Let's
I'll
see
ask you
how
that.
the rest. Let's see how the rest season pans out. Let's not throw the card in before the horse, because anything can happen in the Big 12.
Well, that's the thing, too. Dude, Jackson, I just wanted to say that because some people were calling this a statement win in week 0. And I just wanted to get your opinion on it. But Kansas State, though, Jackson, if Dylan Edwards is hurt for, say, 6 to 8 weeks, and just like was asked earlier, like 1-2 says, Kansas State season wrecked. What do you think, Jackson? Can they recover from this? From all the injuries, the mistakes, and the drama? Can they recover?
I'm sure they can.
Okay. You how can they recover, Jackson? Because take us a little in depth on that.
Like we'll know more by the time conference play restarts in week 5 for Kansas State. But I
So,
will say they may have to rethink Matt Wells being their offensive coordinator though.
hmm I mean, here's the thing, Jackson. Kansas State's offense. Here's the thing: if they've got no running game, they're useless. I'm sorry. I mean, Avery Johnson had a couple really good passes, but Iowa State's defense gave up the receivers got behind the defense, and that was all she wrote. Kansas State, if they run the ball and without Dylan Edwards, it's gonna be hard to do that. But if they can run the ball, they're just as dangerous as any team in college. That's what they love to do. And with Avery Johnson, who can run the options, he can do the play actions, and he could threaten you with his legs. It's just one of them, Jackson. It's just like you said. It's week 0. Maybe we don't need to overreact. And Trojan Fight said he was three for three throwing, but he had a costly fumble on the goal line. That's the thing too. The fumbles, Jackson. Oh, yeah, 4 fumbles, Jack. 4 fumbles. Like, did you see those turnovers, Jack?
Oh yeah. They're
What'd you
nuts.
think of it?
Nuts. They were
Do you
nuts.
think it was more on the fields or were those the players' fault?
I think it was more on the field, really.
I got you. And Dave's here said three for three on all on this side of the line of scrimmage. Well, and here's the thing too about that, and we'll get to 1-2's question. That's the thing with Avery Johnson. You have to live with that sometimes. He's got a talented arm, but he's not very accurate sometimes, Dave. So when he does, if a receiver's wide open, he can hit him in stride. But if a receiver's not, say, one-on-one coverage and he's got just a little space, just a little bit, he sometimes is hesitant to throw it, or sometimes
How?
throws it and he can't catch it.
Oh yeah. How
Go ahead,
crazy
Jack.
would it be if this game was a Big 12 title rematch? Imagine that. You start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this too, Jack. And to 1-2's point, he said, "What do you think about Iowa State taking the knees instead of punching in the TD?" What do you think, Jack? I'll let you go first, since
To
I'm
each
yip
their
yapping over
own.
here.
To each their own. Honestly, I wouldn't take a knee personally, but Iowa State did what they felt was right. But that's all right with me. They're like,
I
you know
mean,
what? No timeouts left. 2-minute warning. Boom, we're just gonna take a knee.
and that's the thing too, Jackson. They had the game won. I can understand Jackson if they were all saying if they were only and 1-2 says tells me they don't trust their defense. Here's the thing. I mean, here's the thing, 1-2. The the problem is that they would have gone up 10. And we all know how much time was left. Even if Kansas State would have scored, they still would have had to recover the onside, which is very unlikely in today's age. So unless Kansas State had another one-play score in them and an onside kick, that would have been disastrous if that would have happened. And I understand what you mean, 1-2, rob their players of a touchdown useful player stat their career. I get that aspect of it. I get where you're coming from. I mean, if you're a player that this is, you know, trying to get into the league, or maybe this is as far as you think you'll ever get, then yeah, I could see a TD meaning something to you, especially if it's one that, if you know you won't make it in the NFL, you'll always be like, hey, I scored in the Ireland game against Kansas State. I get that. Like I do, I get that. But and like was mentioned here by Dave's here, this is the right move for the game and sportsmanship. That's a lot of what it is. Iowa State done won the game. It wasn't like Kansas State had all three of their timeouts and they just took the knee. And it's not like it's the Aaron Rodgers against San Francisco a couple years ago on Sunday night where they scored too early, meaning San Francisco, and then Rodgers hits Devontae back-to-back throws and then sets Crosby up for the winner in San Francisco. It wasn't anything like that. Because I could understand if it was something like that and they didn't score, and then Kansas State gets the ball back and then goes down and wins it, then I would be like, okay, now we've got issues. But the game was already over and in hand. So I agree with Iowa State just taking the knee, be respectful. We don't need to run up the score or nothing. It's not necessary. Like you won the game. It's over. It's in the history books. A win's a win. But I will say this though. Two, two. And 1-2 says, but the TD was called back because the forearm was down on the 1 inch line. Yes, that too, and that's a good point, 1-2. And two, and that's the thing too. It was one of them. Maybe they thought if they scored, great. If it came back, they were like, we've done one, so let's just take a knee. I'm not a head coach, or the players. I can't tell you what I'm thinking. I can only look at it from my perspective, 1-2. But I agree with you about getting that for the player stats. But they got the win, so that's all that counts. But And Steven is here as well. Woo-hoo, Steven in the house. He said, Double J, the voice of Louisville football. I appreciate that, Steven, but I'm far from the voice of Louisville football. I'm far from that. I appreciate it. But Jackson, there was another interesting game that took place yesterday. The Dan Mullen era, Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, UNLV's shitter was full. So
Jackson, I've been rambling. Take this one away, Jackson, because I'm just bad.
that was
What is
crap. That was just
Go
total
for it.
crap. I mean,
I
Alex
know, London.
Orgy.
You tried to warn us.
Oh my God, it's a disaster for UNLV. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to go back to the old days of 4-8, but they're not winning the Mount West this season. Although, again, this could be an overreaction because of it being week 0. But again, we'll wait and see.
I mean, Jackson, 31 points and 555 yards of total offense. Who in the heck is the defensive coordinator? Dan Mullen. You let Idaho State put 31 points and you made them look like the Kansas City Chiefs offense, Dan Mullen. Do you realize what you've done? Oh my gosh. I know, gotta calm myself down. It's just week 0. It could be an anomaly. Let's chill. Let's chill.
Oh, it's making Caden throw up. It's making him throw up.
Well, that's good for him. But here's my thing, Jackson. If this is what is to come for UNLV, Jackson, let me ask you, Jackson, do you think UNLV may regret hiring Dan Mullen if this is the results that we could get?
If that's gonna happen on a regular basis, then yeah.
I mean, let me ask you this, Jackson. Do you think UNLV? Let me backtrack this, Jackson. Looking at this game from this perspective, Jackson, do you think UNLV can win them? I know you said you don't think they will, but can they win the Mountain West?
No. Boise State's gonna win it.
But do you think they can? Yes, Trojan Fight. This is Mullen's first year. He was hired last year. And here's the thing. This is not how you start off your tenure at a college. And Dave Hears believes that UNLV can win it. Here's the thing. I think can. But it's just, here's the thing. For all the crap people are going to give Alex Orgy, they still put up 38 points. Now, that may be a lot for what was around him, but they still put up 38 points. The defense gave up 31, which is, oh my gosh, that's inexplicable in itself. But I will say this, though, if you're UNLV, though, going forward, you cannot take anybody lightly. You gave up 31 points to Idaho State. Whoever is running the defense, you need to think of a different scheme. I know it's week 0, and this may be just me going way out of proportion, but this get fixed pronto because you can't be giving up 31 points every game and expect to win. No. Did anyone not learn from USC? And Trojan Bite, I did not. I know you're here, and I did not mean that as any disrespect to you or Tim or Tony or Rick if they're watching. No disrespect. But did anyone not watch USC?
Or Matt Zamek or Mark Culkin or Ryan Abraham.
Exactly. I mean, I can use a lot of different teams. If you don't play defense, a.k.a. North Carolina, when you got Sam Howell and Drake May, you ain't going to win a lot of games. I mean, that's just as simple as fact. So if you're UNLV, that's the thing. You can't be giving up 31 because better teams will take advantage of that. When you play the Boises of your world and you play these better teams coming down the pipe, you need to have a better defense. I'm not saying you need to be the 85 or the 2000 Ravens, the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens. I'm not saying you need to be that type of defense, but you at least need to be competent. You need to at least be a good comparison to 2010 Packers, so to speak. You know, a defense that could stand up when it counts, a defense that could play. You don't need to be giving up 31 points. But Jackson, take it away on this. I'm about to blow a gasket at Mr. Mullen. I
Oh,
have such high hopes
I've
for
got
him.
nothing to say about UNLV. It's like I'm ready to move on to the Nets game.
What? Come on, Jackson. You got to talk more about this, Jackson. This is newsworthy stuff. I
That
mean,
newsworthy. They played
come
Idaho
on.
State. Idaho State's crap.
Well, Jackson, they ain't too crap. They almost beat UNLV, and like people were telling us, Jackson, we took Idaho State too lightly by the looks of it. But I will say this: since you're ready to move on, you see, guys, this is what happens when you work with Jackson. See, he's such a demanding person. See, he's a big fat meanie, is what he is. But never wants to talk about anything. Well, fine, Jackson. We'll talk about Kansas then. How about that? Does that make you
Sorry,
happy?
me. Well,
What
they
do you think
beat the
about Kansas,
spread.
Jackson? That's your
Oh, they. Well, I mean, that is one way to get things started in your new renovated stadium. I mean, this feels like November 2024 Kansas. Although
exactly.
this game could say more about Michigan, not Michigan, Fresno State's QB. He's a disaster so far. Like EJ Warner is not ending well for Fresno.
Well, here's the thing, too, Jackson. And the real MVP is here as well. He said Austin is overreacting to every game, which is peak college. I've been saying, Dario, if you've been sitting here listening, I have tried to give the good and the bad. I'm trying to be a pessimistic here. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to look at the good and the bad. Jackson over here, nonchalant, being, oh well, oh, there goes the dog in the sky. Oh well, oh Kansas State just fired their head coach. Oh, it's week 0. All in good fun. All in good fun though. Although Jackson does remind me of like that one TV show. He reminds me of Al Bundy. He's just like too far. Jackson. Uh, but anyway, all good fun though. All good fun though. But Kansas though, Jackson has your love for Kansas reignited
Let's
because
see
you
the
picked them to win
rest.
the Big 12. Not yet. Okay.
I want to see the rest of the season first by Kansas.
I will say though, Jackson, if Jalen Daniels could stay healthy and not take some of those hits that he did, and Kansas continues to play like this, Jackson, Kansas could be a dark horse in the Big 12. Like they played pretty
Oh
good
yeah.
football, and the defense, Jackson, looked pretty good. And listen,
Jalen Daniels has
Fred,
to stay healthy, and they're really good to go. They got to make sure they protect him.
and listen, I know it's week 0, and you don't put a lot of stock into it, but here's the thing: Fresno State is a good football team. They always play the Pirates really good. And here's the thing with that. I know people are not going to put a lot of stock in that, but this is a really good starting win for Kansas because Fresno is a team that can beat anybody on a given day. Heck, they gave Michigan a game last year. They beat Purdue a couple years ago. So this is a really good win for Kansas. And the defense, Jackson, 2 picks on EJ Warner, which is Kurt Warner's son. The Kansas defense looks good as well. If Jalen Daniels can stay healthy, Jackson, Kansas could be in for a bounce back year. I mean, I mean, Jackson, Lance Leopold Jackson, talk about a good buddy. That's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job over at Kansas. I mean, because like honestly, he's gonna get them to a Big 12 title game. If not this
Mm-hmm.
year, then definitely next or year after that. But he's gonna get him there before he eventually retires.
I agree. And here's the thing, too. Jackson, Kansas is one of them teams. I just, it, it's interesting. And Clint Moses is here as well. Shout out to Clint Moses. He said this weekend to see if he was like the Canadian League. The real stuff hasn't started yet. Clint,
Agreed.
I don't know. What? I don't know what y'all are watching, but this is the real stuff, guys. I mean, it's real as it gets. I mean, we're going to get to it, but Hawaii beating Stanford, that's so college football. That's the real stuff right there. I mean,
All
the
right.
Ireland game, I mean, absolutely. But I will say this, though. And Clint Moses says that this ain't Kalen DeBoer
Oh,
president.
I can
I'm
agree
not.
with that. But
I'm
I
not.
do believe Matt Ants can get things done at Fresno. I just don't know if it's gonna be this year.
I'm not saying that Fresno is going to win the Mountain West or they're going to make the playoffs or anything. I'm just saying, kind of like Idaho State, good buddy. People underestimate Fresno, and Fresno normally plays the Pirates really good, but that's neither here nor there. Now, Jackson, Western Kentucky can still score with the best of them. They look good. Look good. I don't know if you watched any of this game, Jackson. I did
No.
because I got family members that like Western Kentucky. They went to school there. So I watched Western games. They looked
You take
good.
it away. You give your take on Western Kentucky. I'll just kind of relax for a bit.
Come on. Come on, Jackson. You see what Jackson does? He's just like that character. Like when the bad guy comes up to you, Jackson's just like, you got it. I'll be over here. But um, just like you got it, good buddy. I gotta go let the dog out. Let me know if you win.
Ooh, ooh,
But
ooh, ooh.
but in all seriousness though, Western looked really good. They had a lot of question marks, Jackson. Obviously I'm not a mid major guy, but I will watch Western. I will watch EKU throughout the year because I have family members that went there and that want to be a part of this team. Um, and then not want to be a part of this team. I'm trying to think my word sauce here. That went to college there, but I will say they look really good, Jackson. A lot of people thought their offense would take a drastic step back. No more Austin Reed. They lost two speedy outside receivers, but Jackson they replenished them like crackers in soup. They replenish it like that. You're out of crackers. Oh, here's some more. I'll be right back. And the quarterback, he was throwing some dimes. Jackson Western looks good, really good. And Sam Houston, they put up 24 points. I mean, their offense. mm, I mean, what do you think of this game, Jackson?
Like how I thought it was gonna be. It felt
I
like
got you.
watching. It felt like watching a Phineas and Ferb episode. Very predictable. You know the plots. You know what's happening. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Phineas and Ferb gonna build something. They wonder where Perry is. Perry gets his mission to go fight Diffenschmerz. Candace sees Phineas and Ferb building their little machine or something, and she's gonna call mom to bust Phineas and Ferb. Guess what? She never does. That's what it felt like watching with Western Kentucky Sam Houston. Very predictable. Western Kentucky just
Mm-hmm.
smacked them all face the earth. Oh man. Oh man.
And I will say this though, here's the thing: this next game, Stanford, Hawaii, Hawaii with the upset. 23-20 over Stanford, and the Frank Wright era begins with a Now, Jackson, I'm going to sit back on this one because you were hyping up Stanford. You were talking about how Frank Wright's going to get them going. So, good buddy, the floor
Well,
is
he's getting
yours.
them. Well, I'm hoping he can get Move, but I just have that weird feeling they're going to upset somebody this year. I mean, it's like, yeah, they lost to Hawaii week 0, but it's like they win that one game they shouldn't every year over the last few years. I mean, they did it against Louisville last season. They did it against Colorado in 2023. They did it against Oregon in 2021. And there's one game they won they shouldn't in 2022. Let's see. Notre Dame, there it is. They beat Notre Dame 2022. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to happen in
Mm-hmm.
conference play where Stanford's going to upset somebody when they really shouldn't. You'll know it too. You're going to see an upset alert ticker on your phones. You're going to see it all over your laptop. You're going to see it on the TV screen when you're having the awkward conversation with the father-in-law. That's going to happen. You're going to see that when you're watching Texas or Ohio State. You're going to see it. Not a matter of if, but when. Hell, it could come against
Mm-hmm.
BYU on week 2. You never know.
I will say this though, Clint Moses said Troy Taylor built that team like a big sky team. And Dave Walensky does point out, he said, Stanford lost to a quarterback with an injured foot and a kicker to learn how to kick on YouTube. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, about that. Yeah, Micah Alejado got things
Mhm.
rolling despite limping. He got it rolling. It was a great day for him right there. And the
Mhm.
kicker from Japan, Kanzi Matt Sazwa. I gotta learn how to get these names, but he was amazing right there. Like the fact he's learning how to kick from YouTube, that's a win right there.
Oh, the
Just
mic was off. There we go. My mic was off. Here's the thing, Jackson. How are you supposed to defend Stanford? Jackson, you realize what this does to my conference? Jackson, do you realize what it does? Our conference has zero respect now because one of our teams lost to Hawaii. And like the real told us, if Stanford loses to Hawaii, he has zero respect. And guess what, Jackson? Now we're the laughing stock. No one's going to respect the ACC now. This is ridiculous. And Walter Mackey says Frank
well,
Wright
that
is a
game
terrible
could.
head coach.
Well, I mean, at least Stanford's not fighting their family members like Avery Johnson's family was at Kansas State. Like our good buddy Darrell MVP is reminding us, do not fight your family members because of college football. Agreed.
But what do you think about this, though, Jackson, about Frank Wright being a terrible head coach? Do you think that's a little much, or do you think Walter Mackey is on to
Eh,
something?
well, he's better than Troy Taylor, that's for sure.
I mean, here's the thing.
Frank Wright's
I mean,
not getting
Jackson.
accused of Frank Wright's not
Mhm.
getting accused of being a dick to female employees like Troy Taylor was. So that's end of discussion right there.
Mhm. And Clint Moses says Stanford's had me lose respect. Loss had me lose respect for the ACC. Farmageddon was lackluster. I lost respect for the Big 12. Week 0, your conference is over. See, Jackson, everyone's losing respect. Here's the thing, though.
Well,
And Dave here said Wright did that in college and the NFL as a QB. Oh, what? What? Okay, I didn't know.
but in
What are you
all
referring to, Dave?
seriousness, I could
Did
see where the Frank Wright arrow is kind of like the Lovey Smith era, Illinois. A lot of high hope. Well, some high hopes, but or it gets people watching, but really doesn't end well. Or like the Herm Edwards
Mm-hmm.
era, Arizona State, gets people watching, but doesn't end well.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing too, Jackson. And the thing too is, Dave here says, I look for Stanford to make the biggest comeback in the history of college football. I mean, they can't get no worse. I mean, we lost to Hawaii. Hawaii. They're an island. I mean, listen, I hope Hawaii makes a bowl. At least make this loss look respectable. But I swear to you, Jackson, if if somebody loses to Stanford in the ACC,
They will.
this oh, oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
It's gonna happen. Somebody is gonna get upset. It could be a non-conference play. It could be in conference play. Oh, he's not
Mm-hmm.
there anymore. That's the thing. They had a bad last few years, obviously, and they were kind of like, okay, it's time to part ways.
And Darrell says a 6-6 Hawaii team isn't a respectable loss for Stanford. Come on, Darrell. I'm trying to find a silver lining here, okay? Like, listen, this is making our conference look bad. And
But yeah, Shaw is
and
now a
Darrell,
passing games coordinator for the Lions.
oh, okay, Hummus. I'm sorry. I didn't take geography at school. I mean,
Walter Mackey says team pride is what you should have. Forget about conference pride. Go Irish. I've never understood the conference pride stuff, but I say to each their own.
see, here's the thing with that. That Walter Mackey, I agree. I have a bunch of prides in Louisville. I hope we win the AC. The problem is though, when you got stupid teams like Stanford, yeah, I'm looking at you, Stanford, and they lose to Hawaii, no one respects our conference. And then when we win it, everyone's going to be like, well, do you remember Stanford? They lost to Hawaii. That shows you the state your conference is in. So when these teams lose like this, it makes us look bad for when we eventually win. And hopefully we do win one day. Hopefully. But Stanford, you didn't do us no favor. Gone it. And Frank Wright, come on. The interception, Jackson. Why do you throw the ball? They had the
Oh
momentum.
yeah.
Get me. And Burke said they were late in 2015. Yeah, that was the year with McCaffrey, and I believe they won the Pac-12 that year.
The third Pac-12 title in 4 years at that time.
Mm-hmm. And Hummus says losing to a group of islands is much more respectful. Hold your head high, trees. And Walter Mackey says best way to shut that week's schedule talk up is win some playoff games, play up to your full potential. Agreed.
Oh
And
yeah.
Dave's trying to make me feel better. I think Austin. I don't think
But he's
Cal
not
and
wrong. I
Stanford
mean,
really
they
want to be in.
it was just like a screw it. We'll go there. Not because we want to, but we got to.
And he said 2015 Stanford loss versus Oregon was the beginning of the end. Yeah, because Stanford
Yeah.
did win the Pac-12 that year, right, Jackson? Because they beat
Mm-hmm.
USC, correct? Okay.
Yep. But they lost to Northwestern to start off the season that year, and it was on ESPN
Yeah,
at
I
11
remember.
a.m. I should know because I watched it. It's like,
And Trojan Fight says, I just read that Notre Dame actually did play a conference schedule and a conference championship game in 2020, which they got destroyed by Clemson. No wonder they don't want to join a conference. Well, actually, the reason why they had to join it is because that was the COVID year. And Notre Dame, since they don't play in a conference, they had a choice. They can either join a conference or no football at all that year. So the ACC welcomed them in with open arms because we played almost our full schedule We were one of the only conferences I think that played a full schedule. Did Bama play? Did the SEC play a full schedule that year, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
During COVID. Okay, so
Yeah,
y'all did too. It's the
Alabama.
big thing.
Yeah, there was like a few games that got canceled, but other than that, that was it.
And Dario said Stanford should be an Olympic sport only school since that's what they care. Oh, poor Stanford.
Oh, Stanford's a damn joke.
Poor Stanford. I will say this though, Jackson. In all seriousness, though, is there a way for Stanford to bounce back from this? Can they come back from this? I know we're having our fun.
There's
But
plenty of football left, of course, but will they? Probably not. But they will upset somebody they shouldn't.
I mean, Jackson, this is a pretty bad loss. I mean, is there any redeeming quality about it? That's what we need to figure out. Even if Hawaii goes 8-4, which I don't see happening, I mean, is this the worst loss of the season?
There's plenty of football left. I mean, it's a little too early to say which is the worst loss of the season or not, honestly.
I mean, Darrell says no. No, Austin. No, what? No, Darrell, they can't save their season, or no, this is
Here's your answer right there.
No, what's he saying no to? Is he saying no, they can't save their season, or no, this isn't the worst loss? I mean, it's Hawaii, Jackson. Come on now.
Anything can happen.
You're telling me. Oh my gosh. Well, Uriel says that's correct. I guess he means both, but I will say this though, Jackson. That was just week 0. That was just an appetizer. Tyler Jackson, that's like going to Outback and getting the blooming onion. That's just the appetizer. We're saving room for the big stuff next week. We've got the steak, the loaded baked potato. We've got all the good stuff coming next weekend. And we will be back on Wednesday for picks and analysis for that. But here's the thing, though. That's just the kicker. If you enjoy this show, you're going to get a triple dose of us next week because we'll be here on Wednesday. We'll be here, of course, on Saturday. And then we're going to be back Monday night because of Labor Day weekend. So we're going to be recapping. Hold on, Jackson. Don't tell me. South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, Miami, and TCU, North Carolina. So you're going to get triple of us. So if you like things,
I'm back, and I'll be back in my natural habitat, which is the office.
Yes. So if you enjoy seeing us, get ready. You're going to see us triple next week, and then you're going to see us every week from here on out. We're just getting started. Before you know it, no. And Rough Rider says, I do enjoy the show. I'm glad you do, Rough Rider. We enjoy you being here. We enjoy everybody being here. Because without you guys, and Darrell's congratulating you, Jackson. Yes,
thanks, man.
Congratulations. I thought you only congratulated someone when they get married, but Jackson, congratulations. But we appreciate you all as well, because you all are what makes this still working off that bet in Vegas. I'm guessing that's for someone else. But if you all are what makes this show run. If you are not here, then me and Jackson are just talking to ourselves. And listen, me and Jackson, we can ramble on for hours with ourselves. And of course, Steven with the Go Buckeyes. Yes, Steven, I'm sure you are excited for Ohio State, Texas. Real quick, Jackson, I will say this, though. Real quick, though. I'm looking forward to week 1, but Jackson, what game are you looking forward to the most week 1? Don't have to pick it, but what game are you looking forward to most this weekend?
I'm ready to see the revenge. Oh, yeah. Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Alabama, Florida State, Notre Dame, Miami are the ones I'm looking forward to the most.
Clint Moses is Syracuse, Tennessee. I like it. I'm looking forward to, honestly, TCU, North Carolina. I'm looking forward to that. Notre Dame, Miami, Bama, Florida State, because Bama's a 13.5 point favorite, which is surprising. I thought there'd be more. Of course, Texas, Ohio State. Of course, Louisville. I'm looking forward to. I tell you a game that's under the radar. Montana State, Oregon. Watch out for that. I'm not going to spoil it, but I think Montana State could give Oregon a run for their money. And Steven's already calling it. Miami over Notre Dame 28-17. Wow. And Rough Rider returns to Syracuse has long baffled me. Here's the thing about Syracuse, not to go down a rabbit hole for Jackson finds me a bunch of money over here, which we'll talk about more next week. I do think Fran Brown, I do like him. I like his spirit. Do I think Syracuse can win the ACC? And Trojan Fight real fast says, was it Montana State that beat Washington a few years ago? Yes. I believe it was, wasn't it, Jackson, before DeBoer took over? When they went
It was actually the University of Montana in 2021.
Montana. Okay. Because
I honestly forgot. Like, Washington improved so much, I forgot about them being upset by Montana. Like, I'm deadly serious about that.
It was Montana. But I will say this, though. So I am looking forward to Montana State, Oregon. I do seriously think, keep your eye on that game. Don't be surprised if that's a good game going to the fourth quarter. Montana State is a powerhouse within the FCS. And Darrell says, don't disrespect the Grizzlies. Listen, my sister lives out in Montana. Like, she lives out there now. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, she lives out there. And she's a big, those are the only two teams she'll watch. Like, she'll watch, but she's like, Like, Montana's been like and Montana State are like the two schools she gets into. And I'm like, you finally move out there, you want to watch it. But anywho, that's just a little bit peek into my life. Steven says, give me a week 1 bowl prediction. Steven, we'll have to hold off on that. We'll save that for Wednesday. We're going to make you wait. Like a good television show. We're going to make you wait. I'm going to steal Jackson's
Keep you waiting for more.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to keep you waiting. But you know what we're not going to keep you waiting for? And Jackson, it's right around the corner. Everyone, it's coming. It's right around the corner. It'll be here before you know it. It's like Santa Claus on Christmas. And that's Alabama, voice of college football, and Crimson Tide live, coming to you live and in living color on your television set one day, or maybe a computer, laptop, whatever you choose to watch it on. I mean, we don't discriminate if you're a computer person, a tablet person. Hey, maybe you watch it in a theater, a big theater. I mean, those things exist. But Alabama, the voice of college football. Jackson, what do you got cooking in your chicken stir fry this week?
Well, Matthew Lennox from Florida State Wire is going to join Coach Smick and myself for the 51st edition of Crimson Tide Live. Jeffrey will be out due to a call from work, but he is back for the college show Thursday night. So Spook and I will be talking with Matthew Lennox as we'll be going over our take on the Alabama-Florida State matchup and our take on the 9-game conference schedule, who the team captains are for the Alabama Crimson Tide entering 2025, and much more. And we've got the 26th edition of Primetime Live, where it's just going to be Smoke and I joined by Spiritits, and we're going to be joined by another guy for Florida State. Guy's name is Cole Kruger. He is a Florida State newspaper. He works for the Florida State school newspaper discussing, he's basically the sports editor for there. So we'll be going over all that. on Alabama with the Voice College Football discussing the Alabama-Florida State matchup. Let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a wild ride.
Absolutely, you're going to be in for a wild ride. I mean, Jackson knows how to cook it up. He's stirring it up. You get your good veggies in there. You get you some chicken stir fry. I mean, Jackson's cooking it up. But Jackson, what kind of cake are you cooking up on your channel? I mean, is
Well,
it
I'm getting
chocolate?
some stuff,
Vanilla?
getting some Jacksonian
Vanilla?
episodes lined up. Don't know who with, but what I'm going to start doing is asking everybody in the community post, who would you like for me to get on? I will see to it could be anybody in sports world, non-sports world. I'm going to ask all of you, who would you like for me to have on? I'll see to it. I'll do everything in my power to get that person to come on. I can't guarantee that I'll get them, but I will do everything in my power to get them for all of you. Oh man, I'll see if I could do that, Steve. But I'll be doing everything I can. But yeah, check out what I've got going on. Not only on the Final Whistle and Pits analysis on Jackson Johnson 979, but also numerous episodes of the Jacksonian. And of course, you can check me out on @/Twitter on JacksonVOCFB and on Instagram and Threads at JacksonJohnson543908, where I got my latest updates on Alabama with the Voice College Football, the Jacksonian, all my other adventures, including the Final Whistle and the Pits analysis with Sports Talk with Austin, my collaborations Will and D and Jeff Reed Only Talk Sports, and my once week calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show, where the weekends are full of surprises. And you can check me out on Blue Sky, Jackson Johnson 97 Blue Sky Social, where I've got some magic cooking all over there. And Austin, what have you got going on in your world, good buddy?
I've got plenty of things cooking this week. I'll have clips, I'll have videos. Be on the lookout for videos after we do previews. I got Ohio State, Texas video from this. I'll have Miami, Notre Dame. I'll have, if you want me to do a Louisville one, I'll put a Louisville video out if you would like that. That's what I've got going on this week. And then, of course, you follow me on X too, where I post a little bit about everything. Today you'll see a lot of professional wrestling because AEW had a pay-per-view today. So I tweeted a lot about that. So if you like wrestling, we'd get along pretty good. Because that's my side hobby. But that's what I mostly use X for, to tweet about professional wrestling and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. But with that being, that's what I've got going on. And of course, college sports and all that too. And Steven asked before we go, he said, what foods are we eating on game day, fellas? I'm gonna be eating like brisket, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, steaks, potato salad. I'm having a full cookout on Saturday. My whole family's coming over for week 1. What about you, Jackson?
Oh, I'm gonna be watching all the games as much as possible, man. Get things rolling.
No, but what food are you eating? And Steven wants to know what
I don't
food
even
you
know
have.
what I'm eating yet.
Come on, Jackson. Give us something. You eat wings
I
on
don't
game day?
know. I don't know what I'm eating, man.
See, here's the thing. Jackson's loving to death, but my dude over here, he can plan weeks ahead. He'll have 4 shows lined up with you in 3 weeks, but on game day, he won't plan for that. Jackson, that's the most important day. You got to know.
I know.
Brisket. Oh my goodness! And Steven said wings over here. Here's the thing, Steven. I'm kind of a drums guy myself. That may be controversial, but anywho, I hope everyone. That's where you can find me. But I hope everyone enjoyed tonight. We will see you all Wednesday night back here as we will predict week 1 of the season, and we will talk about all things. And Steven, we will give you a bold prediction. Spoiler alert: Jackson picked Bama to win the national championship because he's a homer. I mean, he can't help himself. I'm sorry, he just can't.
Oh man.
Oh, I didn't know you were still here, Jackson. I was just telling Steven how
Oh,
you're a
Hawal'l.
wonderful guy, and that you're going to marry a wonderful woman. And Dave Malinsky says, I grill Polish dogs. Dogs. I've never heard of that, but I would definitely have to Google that when we get off air. But as always, thank you all for being here. We appreciate your support and your love. Until next time, we will see you Wednesday night. With that being said, Jackson, let's ride out of town
There we go.
and go Cards.
Roll Tide, everybody.